A struggling single dad saved a bride from a burning car. She asked if he believed in fairy tales. Jason Turner wasn't supposed to be on that road. He was late, again, rushing from his second job to pick up his 6-year-old daughter, Emma, from her after-school program. His truck, battered and coughing smoke, barely clung to life under him. As he sped past a stretch of rural highway, Jason caught a flash of white and gold. A car twisted against a tree, flames licking up its hood. A woman inside pounded the window, trapped by the crumpled doorframe. She wore a wedding dress, the veil tattered and scorched at the edges. Without thinking, Jason slammed the brakes and leapt out. His boots skidded on the gravel as he ran, the heat searing his face. Grabbing a tire iron from the back of his truck, he smashed the window, ignoring the glass slicing into his arms. "Come on!" he shouted, hauling the dazed bride through the window just as the car burst into a fireball behind them. They tumbled to the ground together. For a moment, there was nothing but the crackle of fire and the sound of their ragged breathing. The bride coughed and pulled herself up, eyes wide. She looked at Jason, the grease-stained man with bleeding knuckles and torn jeans, as if he were a knight out of a storybook. "You saved my life," she whispered, her voice trembling. Then, almost laughing and crying at the same time, she asked, "Do you believe in fairy tales?" Jason blinked, stunned. Fairy tales? He hadn't thought about those since the nights he made up silly stories to help Emma fall asleep. In Jason's world, there were overdue bills, broken trucks, double shifts, and the nagging fear of not being enough. Fairy tales felt like a cruel joke. But looking into her tear-streaked face, a face filled with awe and gratitude, he realized maybe fairy tales weren't about castles or dragons. Maybe they were about ordinary people doing extraordinary things when no one was watching. "I guess I do," he said hoarsely. An ambulance screamed toward them in the distance, painting the smoke in flashing red and blue. As the medics rushed over, the bride clutched Jason's hand tightly. Later, as he sat in the hospital waiting room, patched up but worried about being even later for Emma, a man in a tuxedo approached him. "Are you Jason Turner?" he asked. Jason nodded wearily. The man smiled. "She wants you at the wedding, as her guest of honor." Jason laughed, a real, full laugh he hadn't felt in months. He shook his head, humbled. "Tell her thanks, but I already have the best honor waiting for me," he said, thinking of Emma. Still, when he left the hospital, a small velvet box was slipped into his jacket. Inside, a note written in a woman's careful handwriting. "Real heroes believe in fairy tales. Thank you for being mine, Samantha." Jason tucked the box into his pocket and drove off into the fading sunset, feeling, for the first time in a long time, like maybe, just maybe, life could still surprise him. End.